And this morning I have Jim Bentley here from a number of businesses, yes?
Yes, indeed.
But we want to talk about your martial arts, right?
Yes.
We want to talk about your martial art classes?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because like we were just talking, I'm not sure that there are any other martial art classes in town. I know there used to be, Eric had over by the Fern, I think actually in your old facility,
Yes,
or in your current facility.
Yes, it was.
I can't remember what that was called, but...
Yeah.
Oh, Blend of Zen. Yes, Maria
Yeah.
just yelled at me from the other room as we're all sitting here. Wait, brain fart.
Yeah.
So you have Healing Dragon Wing Chun.
Yes.
In the same facility, which is a beautiful facility. Nice.
Thank you.
Pads and beautiful mirrors and all kinds of apparatus. Talk a little bit about what your background is in martial arts and how you came to be offering this to the community.
I've been training for over 23 years, and I'm a Black Sash in Wing Chun, and which is the martial arts system that Bruce Lee was taught before he moved to America. And I'm also an instructor under Guru Daniel Santo, who was Bruce Lee's best friend. And so the Wing Chun comes from the Francis Fong lineage of Wing Chun. And then my other arts that I study come from Guru Daniel Santo, which include the Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's system, Silat, and Kali, stick fighting, knife fighting. But it's really a really wonderful blend. And the Muay Thai fighting comes from Master Chai. And they're mostly based out of LA.
Mm-hmm. So you offer classes in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes, the Kids-Jitsu program. We're just starting. It's an after-school program, and it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the bus will actually drop the children off at our location.
Awesome.
And so the parents can come pick their children up at 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And that's every Tuesday and Thursday. And the Kids-Jitsu program comes from Professor Larry Sheely, and he studied directly under Helio Gracie, which anybody in Jiu-Jitsu is aware of, the Gracie family in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he studied directly under the father and with a lot of the sons, and he currently trains with the Machado family, their cousins. And so this program comes directly from those families and is certified by them to teach. It's also, they have different aspects in it about anti-bullying, mm-hmm. and a really good core character development program, which is a workbook. And there's 5 workbooks, and each one lasts about 5 weeks. And each week there's a mat talk. And so different concepts for children based on martial arts philosophies, empowerment, self-empowerment, mm-hmm. self-improvement, and just giving we have a really small opportunity between the ages of 6 and 12 to really inspire young minds to a point that when they're adults and they get in a touchy situation, they're going to revert back to those times, right. and those lessons. And as we all do as adults, we'll go back to, what did my dad say about this? What did my mom say about that? You always kind of revert back to mm-hmm. to those experiences and what you're taught. And so it's when we were at Rev Gear University in San Antonio, Texas, there was a Krav Maga courses I was taking. And in it, they talked about how the world's really gotten pretty rough, mm-hmm. Compared to when we were children.
Sure.
And the way they were putting it was, if you were back then, if you walked to school half a mile, you didn't have any problems.
Right. No big deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here, it's like nowadays you can't have your children in your front yard after 10 p.m. They better be behind closed doors, locked doors, nothing in the back of your pickup, nothing in your car seats, mm-hmm. and so the question they had was, what's the answer? And if you take away the handguns, then it'll be a knife fight. So the mm-hmm. world's just getting pretty rough, and it's just getting worse and worse. And really, to empower any community, what I've came to the conclusion is that you really have to empower the children and the women of the community, mm-hmm. And so that's why we came up with bringing to the community the Kids-Jitsu program and the women's martial arts program.
Which I think is funny. You called it the Women's Fight Club.
Yeah.
Is the first rule of the Women's Fight Club. You don't talk about the Fight Club.
Exactly.
Can we talk about, for the kids, what are some benefits of, well, first let's say it starts November 1st, right?
Yeah, we're working on getting the kids, we need to get at least 10 kids involved before we start the program. So our goal is to shoot for November 1st.
Okay.
So we're still getting names and applications and all that.
Yeah. And it's Tuesday and Thursday from 4:45 to 5:45.
Yes.
And your monthly tuition includes both classes, correct? Both Tuesday and Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. And so what are some benefits that parents could expect or should see out of this class for the kids? Besides feeling empowered, what are some other things that it will help with?
So some of the main key things is better focus, better confidence, discipline, respect, manners, teamwork, coordination, and flexibility. And it's, we have anti-bullying aspects to this curriculum, which I think is incredibly powerful. And when you're looking at getting young minds to refocus their attention to certain things, it's really important to have goals set inappropriate, for that kind of mentality. So you're really helping reshape the mentality of a young mind to being more effective, more useful.
And it's for ages 6 to 17, correct?
Yeah, 6 to 12 is the main target area. If they're a little older, like especially female, they might want to go into the women's classes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And which is more about infighting and punching, kicking, kali, a lot more self-defense. The children's program is really about controlling the situation. It's not about fighting. And it's really about controlling the situation. And in that kind of a coursework, what we mean about control is if somebody pushes you and you push back, they control you. If somebody pushes you and you flow with it, you're in control. If somebody yells at you and you yell back, they're in control. If somebody yells at you and you whisper back, you're in control.
Right.
So it really creates within young mind to an adult mind, going from transforming from a mindset of always reacting to responding with intelligent design. So if you become reactionary, you're controlled constantly in your life. But to respond with intelligent design, to have those kind of responses that put you in a tactical advantage in the situation, that's something that's why we train diligently to have that response.
Right, because it's not a natural response. The natural response is to push back or scream back or whatever. That's just our instinct.
Exactly.
So yeah, you have to train that out. That's interesting. I like the way you put that. So you have the kids classes, or the kids, is that what we call it? Kids classes?
Yeah, Kids-Jitsu.
Yeah, Kids-Jitsu. And then the women's classes, or the women's class. Oh, no, you have several.
Yeah,
I'm
we
looking
have
on his website. Speaking of Facebook, you can go to Healing Dragon Wing Chun. So go ahead and talk about your women's. Actually, wait. Can I take a quick break before you do that?
Please.
Okay. Then we'll take a quick break and talk about Tillamook Motor Company. Ford Fusion Hybrid has been named 2016 Best Hybrid Car for the Money. The gas engine and electric motor work in unison with enthusiastic efficiency for passing power or quick acceleration to highway speeds to safely merge with traffic. In electric mode, it can attain speeds up to 85 miles an hour. Comfortable seating for up to 5 adults, daytime running lights, rearview camera, reverse sensing system, and much, much more. Visit Tillamook Motor Company and drive it home today for $19,895 plus fees, which is a savings of $7,365. Tillamook Motor Company, a better place to do business. So we're talking with Jim Bentley, who has all of these things, we should say, are at the Foundational Wellness Center, right?
Yes.
Over in the Fern.
Yes.
Which is also your chiropractic business. But it's in the backside, beautiful facility. I walk in and I drool because it is really pretty.
Thank you very much.
It's very nice in there.
Thank you.
So we just got done talking about the kids class, and now we want to talk about the women's classes. And you have multiple options for for the ladies?
Yes, every Monday and Wednesday nights we have 3 classes. They start at 6 p.m. and end at 8:30 p.m. The 3 classes, the first one is 6 to 7 p.m. and it's women's combat conditioning. And it's really about how to use your body appropriately for self-protection, self-preservation. Again, re-emphasizing the just the mindset of responding with intelligent design.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a great workout, and it's like a circuit training, and you're really working on the effectiveness of punches, kicks, palm strikes, and throws and things like that. The women just have a fantastic time with it. It's a lot of fun. And then 7 to 8 is Women's Fight Club, and that's when we're doing combinations. A lot of the combinations come from Muay Thai. They come from Bruce Lee's attack by combination Jeet Kune Do drills, but a lot of really advanced drilling. And then the last class, 8 to 8:30, is Qigong meditation. And so when you're building up all this Qi energy in your body, then it's really nice at the end of it to refocus it. And you're really waking up the Laogong points in the hands and the K1 points in the feet, the rooting points in the feet. And so as you go through the Qigong and meditation, it really focuses your mind into your body and focusing your energy. So when you leave the class, you're really at peace and more focused with yourself. And then when you leave that space, you're really going out. You really come in and leave as a different person.
Is the Qigong and meditation, is that class open for anybody, or is it intended for the people after Fight Club?
It's really intended for the people after the Fight Club. And first class is free. People can come by and try them out. The real point and purpose is really to empower the community through martial arts and through self-defense and self-preservation. And we do have belt ranking opportunities too, but a lot of people may not be in the market for becoming a black belt one day. But everybody should be in the market for self-preservation. Everybody should be able and confident enough to take care of themselves. God forbid something ever happened.
Right.
And I believe that an empowered person carries themselves differently in life than a disempowered person. So when you walk into a room as an empowered person, people are going to treat you differently than if you come in with the postural distortions of a disempowered person. That and predators are looking for a victim. They're looking for easy prey. Right. And it doesn't matter the size of the person, but if you can see that they're really confident in how they carry themselves, that's a different. Well, they say up to 9% of communication is nonverbal. Right. So
your body language.
Yeah. As soon as you walk through the door, people automatically see more than what you may think of you.
Right. And I think it's a good, are the women's classes going on right now? Are they already happening?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think it's a really cool opportunity, especially right now. I know you and I have talked previously about it's getting darker earlier. Yes. We're changing our clocks over in a couple weeks. And, you know, in the middle of winter, it gets dark at like 4:30 here, 4 o'clock, whatever time it is. Yeah. And yeah, it can be a little scary walking around, whether you're walking to your car after work or you're walking down the street to your friend's house or whatever that opportunity may be. And to have something where you could train yourself and be empowered. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, and that's for men and women. So we really want to branch off of this and also do self-defense workshops with different groups or different businesses. Employers that may want to help empower their employees when they're walking from their business to their cars or at home at night. So it's really about feeling safe, but not a false sense of security, right? But rather proven technique systems that have been proven on the street to be street worthy. So it's not really designed to be competitive movements. They're about more protecting yourself on the street and empowering yourself on the street, and those are different movements than what you would see as an MMA, whereas they don't want to see a one-sided fight. They want to see people toe-to-toe, pretty much the same level. So they see like a Rocky Balboa fight, because that's what people are paying for to see. But the street concepts are so much different, and it's really impressive. Like when you see a woman come in, and she's very cautious about touching you.
Oh yeah.
and when they're first starting to train.
Yeah, because it's a very true thing. Yeah.
And then so one of the first things I'll teach them is how to throw me down we have a throw mat, and how to use their weapons, how to protect their weapons. And there's a lot of natural weapons that women have that men don't have. Fingernails, purses, pointed shoes, rings. There's pointy elbows, pointy everything on women, but when you start rethinking about your body as weaponry and how to protect it and how to utilize it, it's a totally different. It's a game changer in people's life, not just for combat, but when you look at martial arts as a whole, you're looking at changing a person's entire life, the way they carry themselves at their work, how they carry themselves with their children and with other relationships with adults, how that's going to affect them in a positive, empowering way for the rest of their life.
Right. I've seen videos on Facebook, but I'm not sure if are they on the Wing Chun page or were they on your personal page?
Actually both.
Foundational wellness. I'm not sure.
I'll usually put them on the Healing Dragon Wing Chun, and then I'll post those to my personal page. Yeah,
so if you can check out his Facebook page, Healing Dragon Wing Chun. And if you're interested in what the class is, because I know you post little snippets of classes and what that looks like. So if you're kind of on the fence and you're not really sure, you go poke around that page and get some additional information about it. Can we talk about the difference between what you teach versus like a karate class?
Yes. Karate and those type of classes, like with Taekwondo and different beautiful arts like that, there's a lot of competitions involved in those arts. So they compete against each other in classes, and then school against school, things like that. And there's belt ranking systems, and that's definitely different than what we're involved in. We are more about street fighting. And movements. Even our Qigong movements are all about movements that would keep you safe in a confrontation. Whereas some of the different footworks and hand forms are a lot different in karate and those things. And so there's always been this thought that a boxer might be able to in a street fight would be better than somebody in Taekwondo or somebody in karate. And there's some truth and validity in different things, and of course that really depends upon the person too. It's not so much the system as a person, and that's what we are there to change the mindset of the person. And some people say, well, this system isn't very good. But like in Taekwondo, if you're talking about Master Kim, who's 10th degree black belt, I would say his Taekwondo is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I would think so. That sounds like it's really impressive. 10th degree black belt. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's not so much the system, but it's a mindset. And so right away from the very start of this, we're really changing the mindset and by empowering them and understanding that how powerful your body really is and how capable your body really is. And we do that with our focus mitt pad work. And so everything is realistic in how we do it, and it's safe.
Yeah. So
we really provide a very safe space. Even the instructors will have background checks on them. And we're talking about doing that for everybody across the board, actually, adult-wise. Because we really just want it to be a very extremely safe space to learn and evolve, and we really don't want to put some of what they consider the deadliest form of infighting in the hands of people that really just need a testosterone release. So,
Right.
There's some people that are in situations where they really would be best to just get a punching bag in their garage and have that testosterone release.
Sure.
And people are all through different phases of their life, so there's no judgments there. We're really about empowering the police officers, the law enforcement, the women, the children, and men that may have been disempowered or want to cultivate within themselves some of these skill sets to help protect them and their families.
I'm going to take a quick break, and then we can plug these maybe again, just mention what they are and when. We're going to talk about the Tillamook Country Smoker. You want the real thing, quality beef right out of the smokehouse? Tillamook Country Smoker is pulling out a batch right now. Pioneers of a unique brand of beef jerky, Tillamook Country Smoker ships thousands of pounds throughout the world every day. Visit the retail store on Warren Street at Highway 101 in Bay City. They're open 9 to 5, 7 days a week. 2-foot-long pepperoni sticks for $1. Great deals on bags of jerky. With their commitment to quality, it's not done till it's done right. Their commitment to craft is a family tradition, no corners cut, no compromises. The job's done right at Tillamook Country Smoker. Be sure to visit them online at tcsjerky.com. Talking to Jim Bentley of Healing Dragon Wing Chun. And all of these classes are held at the Foundational Wellness Center, which is, we haven't said where it is, in the Fern Complex in the back corner. Yeah. Yep. And the bus drops, like you said, for the kids' classes, the bus drops off at 4:30. And I think it says on your flyer what route, right?
Route 5. Yes.
So you don't even have to worry about getting the kids there. Just make sure that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you stick them on the bus, Route 5, and someone will be there to greet them and then come pick them up at 6.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we have kids classes, hopefully starting next Tuesday, but you need to get enough kids. How does somebody register, apply, get all that? How do they just come visit you, or can they do it online? Or
they can come by the office or call. The number is 855-692-4470. And we are in the same shopping complex as the Fern Cafe. And so if they want to stop by, we're open 9 to 6, Monday through Thursday. We have lunch 2 to 3:30. Otherwise, we'll be there. And so, we're really, really excited about bringing this to the community. And I would urge any parent with a high school girl to really check into the women's classes. Because that'll be really empowering for them. And recently, I had a friend say that she still remembers some different self-defense movements, and I asked her where she learned them from. She said when she was in Blue Jays as a little girl.
Oh, funny.
So you never know.
You remember those things.
Yeah, you never know even if they can only come in for a short while before they leave for college or whatever.
I feel like I might have taken a self-defense class because there, like you said, there are things in the back of my head that I know. And I feel like maybe in high school or junior high, somebody came in and taught, an hour self-defense class or something. I don't know where I know it from, or maybe just from watching TV and Oprah used to have how to protect yourself against a rapist. I don't know. But there are things in the back of my head that you just remember and hopefully rely on in an instinctual situation. Those just happen to appear.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best defense is a good offense. So, and the element of surprise is still the most powerful thing in the world. So, especially when you think, this is a innocent person that whatever fragile, and all of a sudden they're coming at you, you start to realize that an empowered person is an empowered person.
Right.
Doesn't matter size.
And you are also, just so we can plug it, looking for an office assistant, right? Or an office manager?
Yeah, office manager. Absolutely.
I told him before we went on the air if I didn't have other jobs, I would totally go work for him because I think it would be really fun. And he's a great person to know and deal with. So if you need a job. Yeah,
it's an empowering environment. It's beautiful to see people coming in and maybe not feeling so well, and they come out feeling great. And it's nice being that part of a person's transformation. And so my current office manager, Mackenzie, is leaving to she needs 200 hours for her massage therapy.
Is she going to come back and be a masseuse for you, work in your space?
Highly possible. You never know.
You should, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her. I have to go in next month. I'm in next Wednesday. I'll tell her.
That sounds good to me.
So this person is in charge of everything, basically,
Yeah,
right? Your life.
Yeah.
They tell you where to go.
Yeah. They're the governess of my office. And so really the coordinator, orchestrator of the space, and they decorate it and take care of that the way they want. So I really kind of leave that to somebody. So it's not something I can micromanage.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm busy helping people all day long, and then when I'm not here in Tillamook, I'm in the office in Bend.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I'm constantly taking trips to further my martial arts training.
Sure.
And then healing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different healing techniques that I'm constantly traveling to learn. And so I strive to learn from the greatest masters of healing and the greatest masters of combat, and bring that back to our community to empower our community with that knowledge.
So you really need someone who's motivated, driven, reliable, responsible, that can kind of just take what you give them and run with it and do an awesome job with it, right? And it's great work hours because it's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6.
Yeah.
You get 3-day weekends.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And does somebody just drop off a resume? Do you have an application you need them to fill out?
Both. They can drop off a resume, and then we do have an in-office form that they can come by and fill out. And it's we're looking at $12.50 to $14.50 per hour, depending on their experience.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's really a challenge to find a person that because they can become part of that healing experience.
Right.
The way a person is greeted, the way they come in, and how they feel, and then they see me, and then when they leave, it's all part of the healing process.
Right.
And it can be it needs to be a very beautiful experience for people when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point and the purpose of having the front office, the governance, to make it. I think the best person would be somebody who loves to entertain company.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, if you are looking for a job and you think that is something that you could do, drop off your resume and pick up an application at the Foundational Wellness Center, which is over by the Fern.
Yes.
Or in the back corner of the Fern parking lot. Was there anything else you wanted to mention? Because we are just out of time.
Well, I'm just so happy to be here, and thank you for having me today. And I hope we can empower our community.
Absolutely. Sounds amazing. Let's see. Tomorrow we'll have the Tillamook County Sheriff's Office here. As a reminder, there's lots of construction activity downtown, and I'm going to plug it every day. You have to stop at the red light on 101 and First now. There's no longer a free right. So right in front of the closed Shell station, if the turn signal is red, you have to stop. And if you're facing east on First Street next to the liquor store, that's only one lane there now. And so the curbside lane turns both left and right. And if you are not in the curbside lane, you are in oncoming traffic. Let's see. Don't forget senior meals, 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also noon every weekday at the Kiowanda Community Center in Pacific City, as well as the Tillamook Senior Center at 4th and Stillwell. Cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for everyone else. Tonight is Shop with a Cop fundraiser at the Dutch Mill from 4 to 8. 50% of your dinner amount goes to the Shop with a Cop program, where law enforcement officers have a chance to serve underprivileged children and enhance the image of police for youngers who often see only the harsher side of the law. And they do that program during Christmas time. So you'll see lots of Shop with a Cop fundraisers going on the next couple weeks. Halloween festivities, Saturday, the Marie Mills Center will be hosting their annual Halloween party and dance at the Tillamook Air Museum from 6 to 9. Admission is 2 cans of food. There will be a DJ and a costume contest with lots of prizes. Everyone is welcome to attend. Also Saturday, the Nestucca Valley Elementary School is holding a Halloween carnival from 4 to 7. It's a free event, but please wear family-friendly costumes. There will be food, carnival games, indoor trick-or-treating, free popcorn, and Halloween-themed raffle basket. On Monday, the Tillamook Church of the Nazarene is hosting their annual Harvest Festival from 5 to 8. Bring the family for an evening of carnival games, chili cook-off, cafe-style dinner with 50-cent hot dogs and more. And then, of course, because Monday is Halloween, there's downtown trick-or-treat from 3 to 5 in Tillamook and Manzanita. And also there was something sitting here. There is Neatarts Community Club on Thursday Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is holding their semi-annual rummage sale at the Neatarts Fire Hall from 9 to 5 Thursday, 8 to 5 Friday, and 9 to 1 on Saturday. Thanks again, Jim, for coming in this morning.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Tillamook, for listening.